This is a 2004 Dodge Dakota. It has 278,000 kilometers on it, and I'd like to give a special thanks to my friend Corey, wherever he is.
Hi.
Oh, he's there. For lending me this truck to film this video. Anyways, today we are going to be going over the quirks and features of it, and at the end we're going to be driving it and giving it a Doug score.
So the way the locks work in this truck is very interesting and very peculiar compared to other vehicles. So as maybe you have seen, I have just got in this vehicle, went for a drive, put it in park, and stopped. In most vehicles, that would unlock all the doors. In the Dodge Dakota, this only unlocks the driver doors. Since I just stopped and put it in park, all of the other doors are still locked. Only way to unlock all the doors is to unlock the doors from the driver door, and then the doors become unlocked.
Now, my personal favorite feature with this beautiful, lovely pickup truck, is that, let's say on a cold winter day like today, and it's minus 35, and you want to go out and start your vehicle, but you don't want to have to worry about someone taking your keys. My favorite thing about this vehicle is started, the fans are on high, so that your vehicle will be toasty warm by the time you get in it. But here's the key. Now I'm going to get in it and go ahead and go for a drive.
There is only one set of keys for this truck.
As further proof, we are in park, right? Car is running, I have the key right here. We can go ahead and put it into drive. Key is here, and I can drive. Now, with all the quirks and features out of the way, let's go for a drive. In town, this truck is great. You know, tight, easy to drive. It's not super big, so you can park decently easily. Parallel parking is a breeze, really. Other than that, angle parking, your tail won't stick out too much because it's a short box, right? So that makes life a whole lot easier. Now, one of my favorite things about this truck is it's basically a sports truck. The suspension is very firm, it's very accurate, your steering is very precise, doesn't move like, you move it an inch, or you move it like a tiny bit, and it just, you know, moves the vehicle a lot. And it's very, very tail happy. Whoa! Now, on the highway, at, 100 kilometers an hour, it's a very easy truck to drive. You can go for miles, you could basically fall asleep and it would drive itself. Now, of course, since it has a 4.7 liter V8, this thing is spectacular on fuel. Now, of course, with a 4.7 liter V8, this truck has tons of power. 0 to 60 is just, well, it happens eventually, I guess. 4,000, 4,500, okay. And that's 100. Well, it's 60, I guess, to you Americans. Yeah, it's not really something that'll put you back in your seat.
The arch nemesis.
Now, with all the quirks and features and driving out of the way, let's get on to the Doug score. It's a very plain looking truck, so it only gets a 3 out of 10 for styling. 0 to 60 takes forever, so it gets a 1 out of 10. The shocks and the suspension is very firm, and the steering is very precise, so it gets a 4 out of 10. It's very easy to drift and very fun to drive, so it gets a 7 out of 10 for fun factor. It's easily modifiable and loved by enthusiasts, so it gets a 4 out of 10 for cool factor. That brings the total weekend category to 19. For its time, it has very little features. It doesn't even have ABS, so for that, it only gets a 1 out of 10. It's not a very comfortable truck, but it gets you from A to B, so it gets a 3 out of 10 for comfort. These things are known to go for many, many miles, and it's a very reliable truck, so it gets a 6 out of 10 for quality. It's a pickup truck, and it has a box, and it also has a back seat that's foldable, so it gets an 8 out of 10 for practicality. Even brand new, this truck was a very good value, and used you can pick them up for a couple $1,000s, so for that it gets a 5 out of 10 for value. This brings the total daily score to 23, and the total Doug score is 42.